Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm here with a special treat for you. Today I have some games by MMP. Now, we were discussing this on Whiskey Charlie the other day. MMP's got a sale going on. A lot of people have sales going on right now. And I was eyeballing their website because I was thinking, okay, I might get some MMP stuff. And I was browsing around. One of the ones I was actually thinking about getting was this one. And I saw this cover and I was like, I swear I've seen that on my shelf. So I went to my little wall of shame and I started poking through it. And sure enough, I found not one, but two OCS titles in shrink ready to go that's been on my damn shelf for who knows how long. These two actually, I believe, were sent to me by a nice gentleman who was paring down his collection back in the day when I was first getting my channel up and running. A gentleman by the name of Stuart. And thank you again, by the way. Really do appreciate that. Sorry it's taken me so long to get them to the table. But like I said, we were talking about the OCS series, and I was like, wow, that sounds like something I would like. I need to give that a shot. And I was like, I could swear I've seen Reluctant Enemies before on my shelf. So when I went and looked, I was like, okay, I found this one. And then I found Korea right there with it. And I was actually thinking about getting this one because they had this one on sale as well for a decent price. They've got a few of them on sale for decent prices. Kind of hit or miss on some of the others. Some of their big box games, I think one of them they've got a decent sale on, but the shipping is kind of bad from what I've heard from some people. But on the bright side, I don't have to worry about that now because I do have a couple of OCS titles I can take a poke at here soon. So what I thought I'd do real quick, since they do have the sale going on, is I would open up these two, pop the shrink on them, let you guys see what's in them, just in case you are interested. Now, I think this one's sold out, but like I said, this one is on sale. So we'll do a quick look at Reluctant Enemies real quick, just in case you can find it somewhere else. And then we'll pop open Korea and let you guys see that one as well. So let's do our little shrink rip here. All right, so let's tear this off, see what we got going on in here. If I can get a edge, there we go. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Don't you love when you tear the shrink off of a game? You actually get into it. Wonder if it still has that new game smell after it's been in my house all these years. Actually, a couple of different houses at this point. Let's give her a little... Yeah, it still smells like a new game. I can smell the MMP warehouse as I open it up. Now, this one does say it includes a starter guide for the OCS series. And OCS sounded relatively complex. We at MMP are dedicated to perfection and customer satisfaction is our #1 goal. Should you have any problems with this product, contact us through any of the following methods so that we may try to correct the problem. And they got a bunch of their stuff there and a little list of everything it should contain. Cool. All right. Let's see. This looks like the rule book. That's one thing I don't like about the MMP rule books is it's the basic paper ones. I kind of like the ones that have, the gloss and pictures and all that. It makes it a little bit easier. The small type, it kind of wears on you after a while. Looks like we got some tables on the back of it. I'm not going to go all the way through it. It's a personal preference, but part of that is the fact that I'm getting old and I actually have to get glasses now for reading some of this crap. Which, by the way, if you ever have to deal with the VA, don't try to get glasses through them because they freaking suck. Like, really bad. And they've got one little tiny cute dice in here. I think there should be two, but I wouldn't be using these anyway. I've got much better dice than this. They're serviceable. You can give them that, but I don't really like those dice. I'll use something else. Now, let's set the paper map out. I'll spread it out here in a sec. Ooh, now this I like. OCS rules summary. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can get behind this. Basic concepts, basic mechanics of a turn. Yeah, this must be that starter guide they were talking about including. So the basics of how to play OCS is included in here. Fueling, sequence of play. Let's see. Pre-turn phase. First player turn. Aircraft refit. Reinforcement. Mode determination and movement phase. A lot of shit going on here. Supply phase, reaction phase, combat, exploitation phase, cleanup phase, and then the second player turn. Wow, okay, yeah, there's a lot going in here. Good thing that they've got a little guide on this, and we got some notes on the back. But I believe this will come in handy But I'm willing to bet, I haven't checked, but I'm willing to bet if you don't have one of these, you should probably be able to print it off relatively easily. And let's see what else we got. How many counter sheets come with this? Tell me it's just one. Oh, wow, look at this. Okay. So, before we look at the counters, look at this. Okay. Now, I believe this is something I'd seen with like the BCS, OCS, SCS, PP, something else, whatever crap they got. They got a bunch of them before. It seems like they'll have the rules for the series, whatever it is. Okay, so OCS series. And we've got the version 4.1 alpha rules, and this has the rules for it, and then any rules that are specific to that game are included. So at first I was thinking, okay, yeah, this rule book isn't too bad. Was it 24 pages? But yeah, this actually is going to be pretty bad because this is 48 pages and more small type. Now it's a thick rule book. Like the paper isn't like thin paper. It's actually decent quality paper. But that's gonna be a pain. At least they do have some pictures. It would help if they were colored, but we won't hate on them too much for that. I'll have to check to see what the latest version of the rules is. This one is 4.1. I am willing to bet I might be out of date since this game has been sitting on my shelf for a little while. So that's a fair amount of rules. We're looking at what, roughly 75 pages, maybe 70 to 75 pages worth of rules to go through. So this is going to be coming in handy. I guarantee you that. Tell me this thing only has, nope, here it is. It's like, where the hell is the other die? So we got a little red die. We got a tiny little white die, tiny little red die. Neither one will be used because I got those double sixes that I use. Highly recommend them. And they didn't send them to me. I just like the dice, so I recommend them. All right, quick little eyeball of our player aids. I think these mostly will be one-sided. Commonwealth setup, Commonwealth reinforcements, standard NATO type counters. It appears like we've got charts and tables. Lots of charts and tables. Ooh, that's an interesting looking combat results table. Okay, yeah. Look at this. Okay, 2 dice, extra close, very close, close, open. I'm not sure what all this means, but that determines, that like changes the odds, right? And then here, and then it's got to have what the hell those things mean somewhere. All right, we got explanation of results down here, and it talks about losing steps, option number, retreat or step loss, defender becoming disorganized, a lot of different things. So, yeah, fairly complex. Barrage table up here, barrage versus facility, flak. This one it's fairly in depth. This one's going to be fairly deep. Now, it did say, I believe, on the back. No, that was on the Korea one. This one doesn't appear to show the rating system, but it did say high complexity. So that's something you should definitely know. You're keeping track of a lot of stuff. You have to. The big thing that they were talking about on OCS was your supplies. Like you have to ferret your troops with like trucks and their supplies and fuel and stuff like that, which sounded kind of interesting to me. So I wanted to take a look at it. So a lot of charts here that we have to go over. And is that all the player aids? Nope, I got a couple left here. Vichy setup, Vichy reinforcements. And it seems like you get 2 of the charts tables. So, cool. For 2 people, I'm good with that. Here is our countess. Only 1 sheet of counters. Not that many. Looks like it's the Allied forces versus the Vichy forces. You've got aircraft, units, tanks, armored formations, and I'm not sure what these are. Maybe disruption, something like that. Low ammo, fuel, supplies that you have to keep track of. Ooh, trucks. This is what they were talking about. All right, so you have to like ferry your supplies around. So I like that. I'm definitely going to have to get into this. And just to show you the back of them real quick, is there a difference? Okay, so this one's a 6.3. Let's just take our corner one. When we flip it over, it becomes a 3.14. but I'm not seeing anything different but the numbers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little digging to understand exactly what everything means. I mean, I'm assuming it's attack and defense or attack and move. Usually, sometimes you use the same attack number for your attack and defense. It just depends on the game that you're playing. But that's the basic gist of what is included in this one. Hold on real quick. Let me throw all this back in the box. We'll take a look at the map. All right, so here is our map, standard poster paper map, and I believe this one's going to be one of those like 32 by 24 or 22, whatever number it is, basic size, so you might not be able to show the whole thing. And we'll kind of scroll it around. Kind of drab colors, but this is desert terrain, so kind of to be expected. Interested, what is this? Little chart down here. Turns that allow construction are marked. All right, so this is your turn track. Keep a track of player and player, and you can build things on certain turns. Interesting. I like that. All right, so let's fold this under a little bit, let you guys see the rest of the map. See if I can do this without tearing it, kind of like Gimpy's gal did, and I had to give her a whole lot of help. Palestine, Syria, and then we'll fold it up, let you guys see the top of the map here. Reluctant enemies, a little bit of the coast up here by Beirut and Lebanon. So, cool looking map. And I heard this is one of the easier ones to learn when you're getting into the OCS series. So, just depending, I might do this one or I might do Korea. I'm not sure which. It depends on which one's going to be easier to learn, but both of them I'm going to have to read that big-ass OCS rulebook. All right, so let's take a quick look at Korea here real quick. Heavier, definitely, so it seems like this one's going to have more in it. You do see it says complexity high, solitaire suitability high, and I think that's just because there is no hidden information. This one's definitely going to be bigger. 3 maps, 4 counter sheets. Says it uses the same rulebook, 4.1 alpha. So a good part is once I read that, I've got both, right? And I just have to understand the difference between the two. Korea Forgotten War specific rulebook, 2 OCS charts and table booklets, charts and tables, 2 dice. Wonder if it's going to be the same little crappy red and white, red and white dice in there. All right, come on, give me a grip. Let's get in there. See what we got going on in Korea. Korea is not one of my favorites when it comes to military war games. I kind of like World War II, Pacific Theater, anything that's got Marines in it is my personal preference. All right, so stuff that we have seen in the previous one, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time on. I do kind of like that they include a little thank you letter. Thank you for your purchase. You don't get that from everyone. All right, so this is the Korea specific rulebook, and it's 40 pages. Kind of understandable because they're going to be, this is a bigger game, a little bit deeper. Yeah, I'm probably going to do reluctant enemies. I think it'll be easier to learn. And it's got a little bit more modern equipment in it. I mean, it's not modern, but it does have more equipment in it. Let's set, it's all mixed up. Counter sheet to the side. All right, so we have our same OCS Series 4.1A rulebook. Set that to the side. Another, it's like they spread the counter sheets all the way through. Yep, same 2 little crappy tiny dice. I mean, they're serviceable, but I just like my dice better, so that's what we'll be using. And yeah, it's all spread out. It's like something counter sheet, something counter sheet, something counter sheet. I have to kind of organize the box as we're going along here. All right, so here's another player aid. Let me organize all of this and then we'll start going through it. All right, just to let you guys see the player aids first, they do have 2 of these charts that we saw in the previous, the reluctant enemies. And that is something I do kind of like, all right, in games like this. And it's not specific to this game, but in a game series, all right? So like this, or Lock and Load Tactical, or Warfighter, or any of those games where you've got multiple in a series, that once you've learned the base rules, you pretty much know the game. So even if you get a new game, right? So if I got Reluctant Enemies and I play that and I learn that, when I want to pull out Korea, I don't have to take and learn a whole new game. I just have to learn the specifics for Korea. I do like that aspect. And it looks like for our player aids, we've only got 2 specific ones. It's the same one. So it's just got the tables for it. So we've got our regular OCS tables, and then the Korea, the Forgotten War, which, yeah, I guess it is kind of forgotten. Not too many people know as much about that one. Although that is where the Frozen Chosen happened. So do gotta give some props to my old Marines there. Amphibious landing tables, terrain effects chart, communist supply table, UN shipping, weather table, and replacement tables. So a couple of these player aids ready to go. All right, let's take a quick look at our counters. For this one, we do have 4 counter sheets, so a lot more counters in this game. So if you want a bigger game, go with Korea. Like I said, they got it on sale. So if you're interested in the OCS series, might be a time to check it out. This one looks like a bunch of admin counters. Something concerning death down here, because that's skulls. It's the only thing I can think is death. Looks like generic supplies. I'm not sure what this is. What it says petrol. But I would figure you would use those. That's like barrels and ammo boxes, so I kind of figured that would be fuel. Ammo supplies, more admin type counters, railroads, low ammo. Not sure what these are referenced to. You can be exhausted on your ammo, and these supplies are lettered A through kind of Z. Interesting. That'll be funny to figure out what those things are in reference to. All right, and I think, are the rest of these units? Nope. We've got actually 2 of those. So we have 2 of those counter sheets that have pretty much the exact same counters on them, all the admin stuff. Now, we've got one that's got mainly communist forces on it. Same type stuff, the NATO counters that you guys have seen before, with the exception of the aircraft counters. Like down here, they got some MiGs, and I'm assuming these are bombers. Ooh, is there nukes? Can we drop nukes? Yeah, tell me we can drop nukes, because if we can drop nukes, I might have to switch. I might have to bite the bullet and do Korea, because I really like dropping nukes in a game. It's always awesome to just blow something up really big. Reserves. Here are the back of the counters. Now, these are striped like I would anticipate for weakened counters. I did not see that going on as much with the Reluctant Enemies game. So, but they're striped on the front too. Yeah. All right. So it isn't like that. But see, one side of the counter 6-0, other side of the counter 4-4. So I'm not sure. And to me, I'm guessing here because I have not played the OCS series. So I don't know if this is, like I was saying before, the attack number and the move number, or attack and defense number, or whatever it is. I'm assuming the first number is probably its attack strength, because that's generally what it is in a game. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I haven't played as much of MMP stuff. I haven't played OCS series at all. This is one of the things. I think MMP is definitely dropping the ball a little bit. And I'm not saying they have to work with me specifically, but they should work with someone. ASL is their big claim to fame, and plenty of war gamers know about ASL because it's, their big dog. But they have all these other series, OCS, BCS, SCS, TCS, that they can really push out there and get more wider audience if they have someone pushing it. My buddy Kev, he plays all the MMP stuff all the damn time. They should be crawling up his butt to get him to cover some more of their stuff. But anyway, neither here nor there. Cool counters. Let's see what we got on this one. Looks like our allied forces. And trucking, that's the interesting part that I'm looking forward to trying out with this game, is moving your supplies up. Because that's something that you don't see in many games, having to actually truck your infantry up, truck your supplies up, the actual logistics involved with doing stuff like that. I'm really interested to see how well they did that. So it looks like, U.S. forces, and then I'm guessing Korean forces, and some other smaller faction maybe? Because, Well, no, these might be, well, yeah, these are Corsairs, so this is going to be U.S. aircraft. So maybe these are U.S. jet aircraft. I'm guessing here on it. And we got a few more admins and a lot more nukes, which makes me happy. I want to drop nukes, damn it. I want to drop lots of nukes. Yeah, some more U.S. aircraft here. And ships, I like that. You're going to have some shipping going on there. Carriers, probably being able to launch some fighters. Probably why we've got these. They're blue because they're naval. That's what it is. All right, so this is they're probably ground-based and these are naval-based. Guessing again, but that's what I think it is, and probably a good estimated or educated guess for me. All right, so cool counters. Looks like it's the standard 1/2-inch white cores, by the way, in case I did not mention. A little thicker than some of the white cores I've seen with others, but I can almost guarantee that all these damn counters are going to have to be clipped because these tend to have the raggedy edges if you don't clip them. And we have 3 maps, so let's take a quick look, see. Let you guys see what comes with the Korea maps. And I love big games, but the only problem is big games take up my whole damn table. So it's the only thing I can cover until I get done with it. But things like 1985, Under an Iron Sky, I just picked like those real big, massive ones. I love those. Those just are so friggin' cool to me. Yep, Yellow Sea, Korea Strait. This looks like the bottom of Korea over here. But the way this is, see, they've got this admin stuff, you know, facing in this direction, but there's some more admin stuff over here facing in this direction, like your terrain key, CVG holding box, more charts, weather table, victory point tracker. Yeah. Turn, here we go. We got our little turn tracker over here. Interesting. I like that. All right. So this is the bottom of it, I'm guessing, which means if that's there, which one's going to be the top? Well, that says map B. So that's got to be map A then. So this one's got to be the middle. Let's take a look. B comes after A, so it's got to be in the middle. Gimpy's gal's gonna laugh if I tear one of these. After I gave her so much grief for tearing Proud Monster Deluxe on me. Yep. All right, so this is basically more the middle part of Korea here. They do have all the coast going up and down both sides. Sorry, I'm bumping the camera there. As you guys can see, so the shipping is going to play a part in this. I like that. I don't think it's going to play a huge part, but we'll have to see. Maybe you can ship supplies up to where it needs to be. So is this one going to be the top? Which map is this? Map A. So this, yeah, should be the top. Let's fold her out. Yeah, because this hits into China and near Japan, so this has to be the top. North Korea here. So yeah, you're going to need a lot of room because these are going to be stacked on top of each other, A, B, and C. So the first one I showed you would be on the bottom, B, and then this one on the top. You could turn it sideways on your table to lay it out if you've got like a 6-foot table, but it'll definitely take a fair amount of room. I do like they got another terrain key here. That way you're not having to go to the same map to see it. And we have, I believe, the Red Forces point trackers and tables over here. So it's basically designed for one of you to sit at the far end and the other one to sit at the other far end. The communist forces up here and the allied forces down over there. Looks good. Nice looking map. I like the colors. I think they're perfectly serviceable. Maybe a little dull. They could have maybe touched this up a little bit. The browns are muted just a little bit to be a little harder to tell the difference, especially these two colors here, but that's a minor gripe, all things considered. Looks good. I really want to crack this one out because of all the nuke counters in there. I really want to put them on the table. All right, but yeah, this is some of just the OCS stuff that is available. And like I said, when I looked, Korea was still available. So if you are interested in Korea, this game is available and it was on sale on MMP's site. So by all means, check it out. Reluctant Enemies, I believe it was sold out when I looked. Don't quote me, but I think it was sold out. But if you want something that's heavy, complex, real deep, you have to worry about the logistics, right? Really get into the logistics of supply, making sure your troops are fueled and ammoed and all the other good stuff, and actually concerning yourself on moving them to the front line. The OCS series is the way to go from what I've been told. That's a big reason I want to give it a shot. I would say if you want a smaller, more easy way to get into it, Reluctant Enemies definitely looks like the route to go. One counter sheet, one map, much less stuff to worry about. Smaller specific rules. It's only about half the size of the Korea ones. But you could be like me and, go big or go home. Go with the big ones. Always awesome to see it all spread across the table with all the counters. And besides, with these, it's not like you can't play a smaller scenario. Where are the scenario booklets in this? Is it in the rules specific? The specific rules? Rules, introduction, general rules, weather. Has charts at the back. Where are the damn... Okay, here they go. Scenarios are at the back of the specific one. Okay, so yeah. This is good stuff. Most of this is scenarios. Yeah, it looks like the rules here end on the first couple of pages. Yeah, this isn't bad. Most of it is just the information for the scenarios, right? Where they're going to go, what maps you're using, deployment of units. Yeah, okay, cool. So the rules aren't quite as bulky as I was originally thinking. If Reluctant Enemies is the same way, then you're looking at a handful of pages that you actually have to worry about. And then the big mama jama, though, you still got to read this thing. So yeah, it's not too bad, all things considered. Total turns, 29. That's a lot. Total turns, 109. The Korean War. This is the Korean War's first year. Wow, 109 turns. God, that would take forever to play through. Wow. Don't get me wrong, that just sounds awesome. I would love to have the time. If I didn't have to worry about filming a channel, I would just set up something like this and just play it for like weeks, right? Just have fun with it. I did that before I had a channel, but started the channel, so now I have to worry about you fools and making sure I put up content for you guys. There are smaller ones here. On to Naktong. It's only a total of 8 turns, so this is a smaller one. A lot of units still. Let's see, 97 turns on this one. This one is 4 turns, right? MacArthur's Triumph, 4 turns here. So there are plenty of smaller scenarios. And look, still more scenarios there in the back. So if you want something small, you got it. If you want something big, you got it. You can pick and choose which way you want to go with. I'm assuming the other is just the same. You guys let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to be adding one of these two to the stack of to be completed, but that stack is already rather large as it is. So I will get to it at my ready best. I promise you. It might take a little bit, but I will get there. Definitely check out the companies that are conducting the sales right now. It's a good time to jump in if you've got a little bit of extra cash. You want to pick up some of these war games. I think Lock and Load has one coming up soon. Compass should have one coming up or already going on. MMP. GMT already did theirs. I did pick up something during that little time frame. So yeah, it's the end of the year. It's a good time to check all of them for sales. And if you do order from, having a brain for it, I think it's NWS War Games or along those lines, the one that Chris runs, he has had a hard run of things. So if you order, just give him time. He'll get to you. Just, take it easy on the guy. He needs a little bit of personal me time right now. So praying for, health and wellness for him and all his people as much as possible. But like I said, if you've ordered from that website, just, hey, wait and be happy to wait, right? I don't usually say that, but by all means, take as long as you need, Chris. All right, that's going to be it for this one. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next one.